Well, a recent report on retirement by Edward Jones found that a large majority of pre-retirees do not feel prepared for the event. Physical health, the cost of healthcare, and other economic conditions are just a few of the concerns that both pre-retirees and retirees note as their pain points. We're joined by Lena, Haas, Head of Wealth Management Advice and Solution at Edward Jones, to discuss this more. Great to have you on the show here. So, one of the things that they noted when you look at some of the concerns here, but in terms of what's essential to thriving in retirement, course correction. So define what that means and how that tends to show up.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. So what we did is we reached out to about 12,000 people in North America and asked them, what are the factors that make a really big difference between thriving in retirement and struggling in retirement? And what we saw is that 93%, that's huge, right, said that it's really important to be able to adjust, that retirement is not a static picture, rather it's a journey. And so the concept of cannonballs, really huge derailers, curveballs, minor setbacks, and also windfalls, actually unexpected happy occurrences, really resonated with the respondents.
So then when we talk about pre-retirees, and is that, I'm not sure if that's everyone sort of under that retirement age, why aren't they as prepared? Why aren't they feeling as confident?
Yeah, and certainly some of the factors that you quoted were out there. So we saw that close to 70% of people are looking at their savings, adjusting their budgets in light of what's happening with the economic conditions, with inflation, etc. We also see that the number one advice kind of to your younger self is start saving sooner, and also develop a comprehensive financial plan and stay on track.
And when people think of retirement, you think mostly just sort of the job and being able to have the finances, but you note the four pillars: health, family, purpose, and finances. How does all that play in together when you're trying to sort of come up with an economic plan that still leaves you with enough to cover all of that?
Yeah, so this is really inseparable. And I think when I talk about that comprehensive plan, it's really important to understand for yourself, for family members, partners you're planning with, what is truly important in retirement? How do you think about your purpose? What is the meaning? What makes you happy? What is your lifestyle going to be? Are you going to be, in fact, traveling and spending a lot of time with loved ones? Are you going to be supporting other family members financially? What is your health situation? What are your expenses there? How are you going to be ensuring that you're active mentally and active physically? All of those really key ingredients. And then understand, okay, these are the types of financial scenarios that I'm comfortable with. And it's important, by the way, we heard over and over again from folks who are retired, that it's important to think in terms of scenarios as opposed to one specific picture, because over a third of retirees actually report that, well, they made a plan and were forced to retire earlier, either because they had to step in and become a caregiver for a family member, or because of personal health issues, or because of an unexpected job situation. So doing that sort of scenario planning financially and doing it with somebody you trust or as a financial advisor is really important as well.
And you mentioned some of these things that you can sort of prepare for, but then you have something like the pandemic, which nobody could have prepared for, sort of a cannonball on a catastrophic level here. Talk about how some of these cannonballs and curveballs break down and what people can do to sort of make their portfolios or make their financial picture more resilient.
Yeah, that's such a great question. Some of it is just, life. And what we saw is that the most frequent cannonballs are death of a family member or a friend. It's also the most sort of devastating one, widowhood, followed very closely by divorce. And then other frequent cannonballs are unexpected healthcare expenditures and unexpected financial setback. And so what is really important is that people look at their overall financial situation, have that comprehensive retirement plan, and then look at the basics. Do they have an emergency fund set up? That is certainly one way to prepare for those unexpected events. Have they taken steps to reduce their debt, especially high interest debt? Are they maximizing the opportunity to save for retirement, not just personally, but through the employer match, which many of us are benefiting from? So ensuring that those basics are in place, that's number one. That's the preparation. And then having this open mind that once a setback occurs, that's okay. Go back to your plan, sit down again with somebody you trust, with a financial advisor, and develop a plan to adjust. And I'll tell you, one of the most encouraging findings was that Americans do look at their plans as very fluid and are willing to proactively make choices to adjust for the better. That they truly want to have active, rewarding, fulfilling next chapter in life when they think of retirement. And so they are willing to take action and make trade-offs.
We'll have to leave it then. Obviously, we have to remember that statistically women outlive men, so we do have some other considerations for women as well to think of. But a big thank you. We'll have to bring you back to talk more about that. Lena Haas, Head of Wealth Management Advice and Solution at Edward Jones. Thank you so much.